we're going that way.
Hi, Sandy. How you doing? Sorry for all the junk you had in here. Nice to meet you. Why don't you hold on a second, because I think instead of going here, I think we're almost going to go right in. Let me just check.
All right, now I'm psyched. I'm going to meet the world's tallest woman. Sandy Allen.
Where's she from?
I don't know anything. I just know she's the world's tallest woman. How do we get her here? How do we get Sandy Allen here?
Stuttering John picked her up in our producer's car, the
Wow.
producer of the E! Show. Sandy, you come right in here.
Sandy, yeah. Hey, I saw you in the Inquirer. Yeah, you got a speed bump. She's in a wheelchair. Because you probably get all kinds of injuries being the world's tallest woman, right?
Well,
Get the microphone. Wait a second. Wait till you get in.
Can we move her in?
Who's that dude? Does he work for us?
No.
Hey, who are you, man?
I'm Kelly.
Who are you, Kelly?
Yeah.
How are you hooked up with the world's tallest woman?
I work with Sandy.
You work with her?
Agent. Yeah.
You're her agent?
Right.
What are you? You're a punk, though. What are you, 19?
No.
How'd you get such a young...
I'm 36.
36, really?
Yeah.
Who's that dude, your dad?
No.
I'm not 36.
You got a whole entourage, huh, being the world's tallest woman. Can you make a good living doing that?
I'm trying.
Really? Yeah, it's a tough gig.
It's not easy. I used to work as a secretary until
Really?
the good old mayor of Indianapolis.
When he fired you?
No, well, I got laid off because they did away with my position. Government cutbacks, you know.
Really? Mm-hmm. Man, there's all kinds of ways you can make money, but I guess you don't want to do the whole freak show thing, huh? You know what I mean?
I'm sorry?
I said there's all kinds of ways you can make money because you could just
There aren't those kind of shows anymore.
Yeah, right. And you don't want to be doing that. I mean, people would just pay to see you, right? Because you're the world's tallest woman. They didn't, like the P.T. Barnum whole trip, right?
Oh, yes. I was offered a job working with Ringling Brothers, and I turned that down years ago.
Really?
That's not my style.
What kind of cash can you get doing something like that?
I don't know. I didn't even get around to talking money with them. It wouldn't matter what they offered. I wouldn't do it.
It's a drag, huh? I mean, you hate being the world's tallest woman. I hate being 6'5", but you'd die to be 6'5", right?
No, I'm 7 feet 7 1/4 tall, and I'm proud of every inch of it.
Really? But I mean, it's a drag. I mean, you know what I'm saying.
It has its ups and downs.
Can you get guys, or you just...
Sure.
You can? You married?
Are you married?
No, I'm still single. My ring finger is a size 16. I can't find any sucker rich enough to put a diamond that big on my hand.
Yeah, right.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, right.
On it.
So you're 7'7"
and a quarter.
And I don't know what you weigh. What do you actually give that out? Wait, don't tell me. Let me guess.
Okay.
What do you guess, Robin?
Oh, at 7'7", I would say maybe in the order of 200 pounds.
200?
Well, that's,
wait a second.
I mean, she's very tall.
No, wait a second.
Alone would probably weigh that.
She's a big bone woman.
Yeah.
I'd say her leg is 200. I'm going to say, no, seriously. I mean, you're a big girl. I'm going to say, Jackie, take a guess.
I could sit on your lap, Howard, and let
you could crush me.
I would guess 325, but I guess you don't want to be insulted.
I'm going to say,
you're getting close.
I'm going to say 400.
No, you're a little over. I was 450 and managed to lose about 80 pounds.
What'd you do,
Since
Metrex?
the beginning of the year. No, I got sick.
Oh, you got sick?
Yes.
Yeah.
And lost my appetite. So,
what do you eat,
but
though?
I'm pleased.
I mean, what's it cost to feed a woman like you?
I don't really eat that much. For breakfast this morning, I only had 3 short people.
Come on. Look, what do you have? Like, would you wake up and have like 3 dozen eggs?
Oh, no way.
No?
No way. No. In fact, last night for dinner, I had a filet mignon and potato cake and a salad, and I was absolutely stuffed.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. I wish that's all my wife ate.
Growing though.
Yeah, like okay, so you're born, like, do you have, like,
Were
this
you
is...
normal size at birth, or?
Yes, I was average in size. I weighed 7 pounds 14 ounces, and I was 21 inches long.
That's got to freak you out.
Sure
I mean, it's like, hey, you were average and everything was going along. Is this considered giantism or something?
Yes.
Like Lurch had that, right? The guy from the Addams Family?
I don't know what caused him to get so tall, but I had a tumor in my pituitary gland, and it caused
Yeah, I was
it
going to say, was it
overproduce growth
hormonal?
hormone.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
But
So,
they didn't find this out till I was like 19 or 20 years old, and by then I'd already quit growing.
so you're saying nowadays they would probably suspect that right away, remove the,
Most likely.
and you never would be this tall.
That's true, yes.
Wow.
That could have stopped my growth.
That's so weird. So probably, like, does he drive you crazy? Like, God damn, why couldn't they just figure that out a couple of, months earlier?
No, I don't regret being this tall.
So
Oh, you got to.
when did
no,
you
there's no
start
point.
growing?
That's a negative attitude
Really?
to me.
yeah. What are you gonna do about it?
How tall is your family? Like, is your dad tall?
No, my mother is, maybe 5'6". My brother's 6 feet tall.
Right.
Everybody's
Average.
short people.
Yeah.
Everyone's short. Oh, man. That's so
But
weird.
When did this start happening?
Yeah, like probably like 6th grade, huh?
By the time I was 10, I was already 6'3".
Wow.
Whoa.
And your cans are pretty big too, though, right? I mean, that grew too. Your breasts, you're about a
Did
C
you
cup.
develop early?
What are you, a C or a D?
D.
You're a D, huh? All right. Nothing wrong with that.
But did she develop early in that area as well, or did that?
Yes, more or less.
Wow. So you had a D cup, what, like 6th
Oh,
grade?
no. No, I
No?
wasn't that big.
Oh,
no.
come on. Robin was. She had giantism of the
Stop it.
breast.
Not
She really did.
Don't be silly.
Robin was 6'3" in her breast when she was in 6th grade. So you were 6'5" in the 6th grade.
Yes, right.
And with the kids goofing on you, you were taking a lot of
Oh,
crap.
yeah.
They had to be cruel. I mean, they were cruel to me, and
Yeah.
I'm just a scarecrow.
That's why I came up with this video called "It's Okay to Be Different." In fact, I could just about quote you out of your book where you
Thank
say
you.
that all of us are different. You know.
Oh yeah, I learned that the hard way. I'm very different. So yeah,
I like being different.
you do.
I do too.
You try being 7'7" though.
I'm different in my way. You're different in yours.
Can you use a normal sized toilet? Do you have an oversized toilet?
Yeah, I've been asked just about everything from how's your sex life to how do you sit on the toilet.
Yeah. Oh, I'll come up with a question next that you've never been asked. Go ahead, but go ahead. Yeah. So
Okay.
regular toilet?
Yeah, I just have to sit carefully. I've been known to crack a few seats.
Really? No kidding.
Wow.
What, when you blast off?
No, stop it.
It's like, boom.
Stop.
So
No, I'm not quite as full of hot air as you are, Howard.
that's pretty good though. You mean you've actually sat down on the seat and cracked it? That's cool. Mm-hmm. So do you have a special toilet in your house?
No.
You
You
can't-
didn't have
everything
the
in my-
house rearranged?
Everything in my apartment is just like they built it for everyone else.
I mean, your farts must register on the Richter scale, right?
But now, some apartments are only 8 feet. The ceiling clearance is only 8 feet high. You
Yeah.
have to have.
Wait, what about your apartment? Do you have a special high ceiling?
no, ceilings are usually no problem. Doorways I have to watch out for.
Yeah, you have to be
And
careful.
overhead ceiling fans too.
And
Those
it-
are a real hazard.
Oh.
And like, oh yeah, right. Do you
Oh,
ever
my
put your head in one of those?
No,
Not yet, huh?
close a few times.
So talk to me about like when you're the world's tallest woman. Are your private parts bigger or are they the same? See, I'm tall. I'm 6'5". Now let me tell you something. I have a small genitalia, tiny. I have dwarfism of the genitalia.
You have my sympathies.
Yes. I'm saying, do you ever feel like you're bigger there or normal size?
No, I think everything is more or less in proportion.
I told you I could come up with a question you've never been asked before.
Yeah, I must admit it was.
Because you'd have to have Siamese twins to date you if that was out of proportion, right?
dear.
In order to satisfy you. Now, but were you able to? So you've lost your virginity. You haven't?
No.
Really, you haven't found a man?
I didn't say I haven't found a man. I just simply haven't lost my virginity. because
Really?
My moral standards are, I guess, according to today's standards, a little old-fashioned.
I admire that. I
You
can
wait
dig that.
until you
Then
get
that's
married?
me. Sure.
No kidding. I think our own Robin's doing that
I am
too.
now.
I don't think you're the only one doing that. Yeah, but don't you ever get like horny for a man and stuff?
Well, sure. I'd like male companionship.
Right. But you say, hey, I'm waiting
Yeah.
until I find a really decent guy.
Yeah.
No kidding.
The right one has to come along. That's all.
You got
Now,
to be curious
is
as
it
hell.
inappropriate to ask age?
Yeah, how old are you?
40 and holding.
And you're still waiting for the man, huh? Oh
Yeah.
man, you need
well,
it.
I'm not too worried. I mean,
Because we could get one of the schnooks in our audience to get up here and give you a good time. You know what I mean? We can get him up here in 2 seconds. All right, now talk
Your
to me.
biological clock isn't ticking? Do you want to have kids?
No, I love kids. I think they're marvelous as long as they belong to somebody else.
Right, you and Robin
Although
have a lot
I
in
do
common.
work a lot with kids.
Yeah.
I make a lot of appearances at schools and.
And like, are the kids like freaked out when you walk in?
Oh, sure, but then that's just human reaction.
Yeah, it's hard though because it's like you walk around. I'm sure you dream of like walking around and not being noticed. I mean, I dream of that.
I don't really pay attention to the attention I get.
Really? You just put it out of your mind. It's been happening for so long.
Usually, when I go out to a shopping mall or wherever, I go with someone else so I can focus my attention on the person I'm with.
Right.
Yeah,
and
but aren't
And
they
9 times out of
considerably
10,
shorter?
Yeah.
when I'm out with a friend, it's my friend that ends up getting all upset, and I end up having to calm them down.
Right.
Because, I can understand most of the reactions I get from people. Although some people do go out of their way to make jackasses of themselves,
Right.
it seems.
Yeah.
But those are the ones I just ignore. They're not worth paying any attention
Yeah,
to.
you think they give you a break. You're just walking around trying to have a life. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
like
Yeah.
they don't look silly sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, take a look at this crew. We all look silly. We recognize that. There's something odd about all of us.
That's right.
Anyway, so you're talking about making a living. Now, I read something on you that you met Michael Jackson.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yes.
I've been trying to get hold of Michael Jackson, and it's been rather difficult. So, Michael, if you're listening, give me a call.
But let me ask you this.
Why are you trying to get a hold of him?
Well, here's the deal. You were working for... Who were you working for at the time that you met Michael Jackson?
For the Guinness people, I was at a museum out in San Francisco.
Right. And there was some rumor around that Michael Jackson was building some kind of museum or something, and you wanted to be involved in it? Was that
An
it?
amusement park, I believe it is.
Right. But you didn't want to be in a freak show or anything like that.
No, but it can be done in a way that's respectful.
Right. Yeah, like you're not standing in a tent and some
No.
guys, going,
Well, with
hey,
some
ladies and
silly
gentlemen.
costume.
Yeah, meet the world's largest woman. And they get you in a cage or something. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that whole trip.
No, I wouldn't have any part in that.
Although you could probably make a fortune. Let me handle that. I tell you, in a week we could clean up. You could retire.
I'm quite, the wheelchair's even oversized.
Yeah, right.
Where'd you get that?
Yeah, that's cool. I
That
want
was
one of those.
Custom made for me.
Wow,
bad.
that's nice. Now, what's a thing like that cost? I mean, you got to be going through some heavy expenses.
Oh, this was made up in Canada when I was working up there for the Guinness Museum.
Right.
And it was about $1,400, and that was about, 15 years ago.
Wow.
Right. So, why do you want to get in touch with Michael Jackson?
Well, because, like I said, I hear he's going to build an amusement park, and I thought maybe I might be able to go to work.
Have you called him?
I don't know how to get in touch with him.
All right. Well, wait a second. On our phone, Michael Jackson. Michael, is that you? Michael?
Hello, Sandy.
Yes.
How you doing? I heard you've been trying to get in touch with me. My lawyer, Johnny Cochran, told me you were supposed to meet with him, but then he had to go.
Yeah. That's Michael Jackson. That's the real thing.
Right.
You don't think that is?
No.
Now, Sandy, would you like to come work for me?
I do a better Michael impression.
Yeah, sure, Michael.
Yeah, absolutely.
We could use somebody like you. I heard you have 8 years experience at the Guinness Museum.
Who is this?
That's Baba Booey. Hey, Gary, you do the worst Michael Jackson.
That's why I'm here.
That's okay. Jesus. All right, let's get a couple of real callers on the air and see if they want to talk to the world's largest woman. World's tallest woman.
Tallest, thank
Tallest,
you.
not largest.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank
Who
you.
is the world's largest woman?
Seriously, you know what? I would do like a TV show or something with you. Seriously, like Lurch on the Addams Family was a great character, and he kind of turned it into a positive.
Why
and
didn't they get her for the new Addams Family?
You'd be great. I mean, you'd be terrific.
I could be Mrs. Lurch, I
Yes.
guess.
I'd like to work you into my
That'd be
film.
fun.
Yeah, I'd get you some. I'd like to work you into my film. How the hell could I work her into my film?
What kind of characters you got?
I gotta have a room for you. Can you give me a massage or something? Like while we're like in a nude or something? Well, it'll be
Oh,
good.
honey, I could give you one that you'd never forget.
Yeah, no morality problem with that. Yeah, hi, you're on the air.
Good morning, Howard. This
Yes.
is Juan from Miami.
Yes, Juan.
I am 6'3". and
Yeah.
I'm really-
How about a show like Tall Friends? Like just like
all tall people.
all tall people, people of large stature.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What do you want to know, Juan?
But I'm really saddened that she wouldn't want to have children because I would really like to have children with her so we could have really large
Oh, who is this now?
kids and have
Do you get like
basketball team.
Do you get like a lot of freaky guys asking you out and stuff?
Oh, yeah, I've encountered quite a few.
Yeah. It's pretty strange, huh?
Well, that's why I'm still single, you see. I can't... I'm just...
You don't trust anybody. Because they're probably up to something, some nonsense or something. You know what I mean?
Most of them are.
Yeah.
Well, what are they up to?
Well, I don't know. They're probably trying to figure out, like, maybe that they hook up with her, they can make some money.
I see.
Or so, you know what I'm saying? You got to be careful about that. Let's go here. Hey, go ahead, Bob. You got a question?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to know, how does she get her clothes? What, she has to get custom-made clothes?
Everything's custom made, right?
Yeah.
There is a store in Indianapolis that sells clothes big enough for me now. Actually,
Really?
they have clothes that are too big for me. I wear about a size 6X in a blouse, and they go clear up to an 8X.
Wow.
So I was real excited when I came across that place.
Yeah, because I mean, your clothes are kind of happening. I mean, you're not wearing some old-fashioned stuff. I mean, you got the vest thing going on.
What about the shoes? Shoes too?
Yeah, what size are
I
you?
wear a size 22 shoe.
Size 22?
Yeah,
Let me see what
those
you got
are
on there.
custom-made
Let me
for
see
me.
those boats.
These
Wow,
are my
look at
old
those things.
clunkers.
Man.
I get my tennis shoes from the Pacers. Rick Smits and I wear the same size shoe.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Did you ever try to play basketball? But I'm sure everyone asks you that.
I played a little bit when I was in the 8th and 9th grades. By then I was about 7'1".
Couldn't they just throw the ball
you
to you?
outgrow the
and then just like,
NBA?
and you're taller than the actual rim, aren't you? Couldn't you just like slam the ball if they just drop it? Just drop it in.
Yeah, but I was so much bigger than the other girls. I was afraid to get too physical. I was afraid I'd hurt somebody. But
What about men's basketball? I'm being serious. Why could it?
There's lots of money there.
All they got to do is toss the ball up to you, and you just stick it in the basket.
I wish I could play. Women's basketball is getting more and more popular, and I'm really glad to see that. But I'm afraid I've got a bad knee, which started.
So what? All you can do is stand there. I'm telling you, you don't have to do that
You don't
much.
even have to run.
Yeah, right.
We
I'm
create
being-
a position.
Am I wrong
and
here?
She's just under the basket.
I'm saying someone your height, 7'7". How tall is a rim?
I don't know, 10 feet?
10 feet? You could probably reach it.
Oh, yes. I stood on the floor of the Spectrum in Philadelphia one time, and this was back in the late 70s.
Yeah.
And I stood flat-footed and touched the rim of the goal.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So tell me your day. I mean, it's got to be expensive to be you. How do you make a living? You wake up in the morning, you go where?
Well, right now I'm not doing much of anything other than TV appearances to promote my video.
Oh, now what is the video? How does someone get that?
It's if anybody
see
would
that.
like to order one, it's called "It's Okay to Be Different," and I'm trying to.
We
teach,
ought to watch that.
Yeah, I'm going to watch that.
I'm
Let's see.
trying to teach kids that if you treat your friends like you'd like to be treated, we'd all get along a lot better.
Hey, you're on the air. Yeah, what's your question, Ann?
Yes, I would like to know what's her bra and panty size.
Bra and panty size. Yeah, what about that? What kind of bra you wearing? What's your measurement on there? You got
Well,
a D.
let's see,
I'm looking at your cans right now. I don't even think you're wearing a bra, are you?
Yeah, like a 60D or something.
You're wearing a bra?
Not quite a 60, but since I've lost weight, I'm down to about a 50, 60.
Really?
But you're not wearing a bra now.
Yeah.
You are? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a very hidden bra, to tell you the truth. Seriously. You can't tell. How do you do that? Is that a custom bra?
No.
Really? That's off the rack?
Yeah, I just bought it in the...
Super. So what's the size? I missed it.
56D.
56D. Holy mackerel. That is a lot of breath. What about
That's a good
lesbians?
one.
Lesbians ever come on to you and stuff?
No.
John, you got a question for Sandy? You don't. So what about like when, so you never had a guy or anything, so you live alone, and you wake up in the morning, you eat breakfast. Breakfast has got to be a
not
major meal.
usually.
You don't eat any breakfast.
About one meal a day is all I have.
But when you're this large, even when like you move your bowels and stuff, it's seriously. Come on, Sandy. These are legitimate questions. When you move your bowels, it's got to fill up the bowl pretty much, right? Because everything's big about you.
Well, I must say that usually when I go to the bathroom, any elephant would probably be proud to claim one.
Really?
You want to get right down to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, well, I'm curious. I mean, it's a...
All of your interests are in the toilet.
Yeah, really. Yeah, so far I want to know how big is your vagina and how big are your bowel movements.
Well, the next time I feel one coming on, I'll give you a call, Hal.
Oh, would you? Thank you. Oh, you're too kind. Thank you. I like an open woman. So okay, you wake up, you don't eat any breakfast.
No.
And what do? You just...
Do you exercise?
Yeah.
Or anything?
I don't fit on most exercise equipment.
Right. So how can you do that?
Swimming for me is the best way to get exercise.
Yeah.
How do you...
I'm waiting for summer to get here if it ever arrives.
You ever wear a thong or anything like that?
No, actually, I just have a pair of shorts and a shirt that I wear. I don't have a swimsuit.
Really? And what about like when your time of the month comes? Oh. That's got to be a problem because a normal Tampax can't fit, right?
Why wouldn't
You gotta
it?
use like rolled up newspaper or
Oh,
something, right? No, seriously.
Hey now.
True, Sandy? Am I right? Am I on target with that?
Roll of toilet paper.
Roll of toilet paper. See what I tell you? Have you ever been in a love relationship with a guy?
Yes.
That must have been kinky. Did he want you to do all kinds of weird things because you're the world's tallest woman?
No.
How tall was the guy?
Not at all. He's about...
I think I saw you in Inquirer with a guy.
Oh, what you saw in there was the smallest man.
Yeah, not her
23
boyfriend.
inches tall.
Oh, I thought you were dating him.
Supposed to be marrying him.
How did that come about?
They must have seen a photo that was taken when we were in Tokyo doing a TV show together, and I was holding him on my lap.
Right.
And it was really ridiculous.
You know how much money I could make if you give me permission right now. I got John out on the street. I guarantee I could get you $100 a pop for people to come just look at you. But you're not into that.
No, not at all.
Well, you want to see how much money I can make?
I'm not a freak.
You're not a freak, but people are curious.
Yeah.
Want to make a couple of quick bucks? Come on, you know you can use it. Want to make a couple of quick bucks?
I know I could use it. Yeah, that's why I'm on here. I'm going to be on the Maury Povich show to promote my video.
Oh, you're going to be on with him?
I'm here to extend a personal invitation from Maury. I'd like for you to be on his show.
I'm not doing it.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm bigger than that. No, I'm going to do his show eventually when my movie comes out. I'm waiting for something. You know what I mean?
I see.
Yeah.
Well, he's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. You'll see. He'll do something weird. He'll piss you off. You know how annoying that guy can be. You know what I mean? And you know he's going to be going, oh, I feel.
What do they have to rehearse for?
Yeah, what are you rehearsing for with Maury? Maury doesn't tape that show till late in the afternoon. Why does he need you at 8 o'clock?
I don't know.
What's going on there?
I'm
do you know?
usually the last one to know much of anything that's going on.
So Maury flew you in and everything?
Yes.
Where do you live?
Indianapolis.
Oh, no
Now,
kidding.
you have to fly first class, I would imagine.
Yes.
Because you need leg room.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I have to have the bulkhead seat up in first class.
Yeah.
Don't you hate it when some scumbag, though, takes his seat and he moves it back onto your legs and everything because he's got to recline?
Well, in the bulkhead seat, I don't have to worry about
That's
it.
right. That's the very first one.
All right, hey, when you were growing up, did you ever smoke to stunt your growth? Would you do that? Like, did you ever
If I
say...
had a nickel for every time I heard that line, I'd be filthy rich.
Yeah, you should see what I had to pay a guy to write that for me.
Is that what happened to you?
Well, you know, I never wanted to be tall. I wanted to be short because I hate sticking out of the crowd. I always felt like a giraffe in high school because I was like 6'5". But I can't imagine, that you like this. You know,
I always wanted to be tall, but I would imagine that if I had gotten that tall, I'd be very upset.
Did you ever go to a shrink to try and work out all your problems? Not to shrink, but to,
I more or less learned how to handle them myself.
You really never talked to someone professionally?
No, never.
That's pretty good.
How'd your family handle it? They were like, okay with
my
the whole thing?
grandmother raised me, and she taught me to be proud of my size. There were times when I would come home from school crying and didn't want to go back. And
tell me about it.
There wasn't anything she could do. There wasn't anything teachers could do. There wasn't anything anybody could do. It was something I had to learn to handle by myself.
Have you ever gotten on a horse and did your feet drag like when you were like?
No, my dream someday is to have a farm. I'd like to have my own house custom made.
Yeah.
With a nice big bathtub and high countertops.
Yeah, what about the shower?
Yeah, how do you shower?
Oh, forget about the shower.
What do you do?
Right in the belly button. I don't mess with the shower.
Well, let me. You're in a hotel now, right?
Yes.
So what do you? I mean, I can't shower in a hotel. What do you do?
Well, I have to be careful because before I lost my weight, I was in London about a year ago and literally got stuck in the bathtub in my hotel
Really?
room.
And they had to come pull you out? How'd they get you
I thought they
out?
were going to have to, but I sat in the water for a while and shriveled up, and then I finally managed to get out.
And you slid out.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Like, do you? So, like, what do you do? Like, you hose yourself down or something for a shower because you can't fit in a shower. Does someone hose you?
Use the bathtub.
Oh, just use
Take
the
a bath
bathtub.
in the tub.
And you can probably get one leg in at a time.
Well, I have to sort of, curl up a little bit.
I say we make a video of that. I'm telling you, I can move a lot of those. Right, Robin?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A day with Sandy.
And people called you names. What was the worst name that someone ever called you? What was the nickname in high school?
Jolly Green Giant.
That was bad, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you a guy like Jackie. Take a look at that one. That little Nazi
that
standing over there.
Your nightmare.
That was
right
the nightmare.
There.
That's it.
Well, they didn't like it once I started calling them the Little Green Sprouts, so they soon shut up.
Did you ever get in fights? Did you actually get into
No.
fist fights? Because you could probably kick some ass.
I took what they said and turned my head and just let it go. And I think that's what pissed them off more than anything. Then when they realized they weren't getting to me, they finally
gave up.
Just gave up.
And do you ever worry that like you're going to die young or something? Because a lot of people with your kind of size, I never see it. Right? Don't they?
Actually,
like Lurch died young.
I think I'm probably one of the oldest women that's held this record in the Guinness Book. There was a gal from China,
right,
that was 8'1" back in the mid-1980s,
Yeah,
but
I
she
remember
died
that.
at the age of 16.
Yeah.
Wow. So you've really lived. I mean, that's, you've beat the odds,
I
right?
can't complain. I don't have any heart problems or anything like that. My major problem is with my knee.
Yeah, because you're supporting all that, your size.
Well, one side of my knee grew faster than the other and made my leg grow crooked. So
Right.
They can't do
it's
anything
not
about
real strong.
that?
I don't know. I guess I haven't found the right doctors or something.
Yeah, but they got
but I
all
wish
this-
they could. I wish they could do something to strengthen my knee and my back.
Yeah, they do knee replacements and all that stuff now, don't they?
Do you ever go to like the gynecologist and they have to put you on a special like table and stuff?
No, they don't put me on a special table. You just sort of have to learn to fit.
Yeah, that must be some scene, huh, man? Wow. How often you go in there? Yeah, that's pretty unbelievable. That's really weird. And so, are you on unemployment?
Yes.
Do you have to
that's
stand
for the
online and stuff?
birds.
Do you have to stand online for unemployment?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's wrong. They shouldn't make you do that. They just shouldn't.
Every little bit helps. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be able to pay the rent.
Yeah, it's pretty
In
wild.
fact, I can't pay the rent even though I get it.
Yeah, right.
That's why I'm hoping that somebody will buy some videos.
Hey, everybody, just buy the video.
Yeah.
Even if you don't want to see the video.
Sandy?
But how about Sandy? Order the video. It'll teach you about. Do you talk about your life and stuff? And
Yes, I tell the kids what it was like.
Oh, we should have
growing
taken
up.
some clips.
yeah. Well, Fafa Fooey didn't do that. He's my producer. He doesn't think of stuff like that. We could have played clips.
Floppa Flowly.
You know what? If you leave a tape with
Yeah,
me, I'll
why
play
don't
some
we,
clips after you
I
go.
will
Get
give
some
you one
clips, yeah.
personally autographed for
Yeah.
you. Hal.
All right. Thank you, Sandy. Anyway, that
And
is
we can promote it after you're gone.
right. And you know, I want to hook you up with. I'm thinking of a man for you. I know Dominic Barber, the world's fattest lawyer. And the two of you together.
He has a wife. I don't know
Oh, he
if you're
does?
talking romantic.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm telling you, that's the world's fat. He has, what does he have? 188 fattest lawyer. A big fatso. But anyway, Sandy, pleasure to meet you. I know I only had you for a few minutes, but it's nice to meet you.
Same here. Hal.
I've learned plenty about being the world's tallest woman. I've learned that basketball is not an option. I've learned about
well,
your
I'm
vagina.
still a big fan.
Thank you.
To
Now,
hell with Spike Lee.
Yeah, right.
Go Pacers. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to beat the hell out of the Knicks when the playoffs come. You just watch it.
Wow.
That shouldn't be
I
difficult.
think I just made a lot of enemies. In New
No, you
York.
didn't.
I'm
Don't worry
sorry.
about it. And listen, there's nothing wrong. You can also pleasure yourself. I hope you're doing that, even though you don't have a man. I'm talking to you, you know, person to person here.
Sure.
You- yeah,
Now, is this a religious abstinence?
I think it all goes back to the way I was raised. Yeah.
what are you, like a Mormon or something?
No,
What we-
Methodist.
Oh, Methodist.
A Methodist Baptist. What was it?
So you can't even pleasure
Baptist.
yourself in your religion?
Well, of course.
Oh, you do?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I thought so. Listen, you haven't gotten it in 40 years. You got to pleasure yourself. Let me tell you something. Else you go insane. That's one of God's pleasures.
Can you imagine
Oh,
what
please.
it's going to be like?
When Sandy finally gets
yeah,
it?
the first time.
Holy
oh my goodness.
mackerel. Oh, man, you're going to go wild.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
But it's not top on my.
Listen, in the meantime,
list.
let your fingers do the walking. You
Oh,
understand what I'm saying? Read between the lines.
Sure.
I'm telling you. And vibrators. What's the
Say
big
that.
one, though, for Sandy? What's the one
The
that you
magic
use?
wand.
Magic wand. Ever-
No, I'm afraid I've never heard of it.
Oh, you'll hear about it. I'm telling you. It's the size of a jackhammer. And you will love it. That's what I recommend until
Sounds
you
interesting.
meet the man of your dreams or whatever. Anyway, Sandy is the world's tallest woman.
Yes.
And she's put out a video that, especially for kids who are having a hard time being goofed on, jerked
All
around.
kids should see it. The kids who goof should see it, so they know how the
I'm
other
trying to
half
teach
feels.
them that if you treat your friends like you'd like to be treated, we'd all get along a lot better.
Of course, that's what I preach on this show every day.
Right.
Everyone is concerned with physical beauty, this, that, the other
Not
thing.
you.
Personality is what counts. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's what's on the inside, right, Howard?
Right. I've always been. Congratulations on your new video.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your whole life. Persevering.
And thank you for having me on the show. It's been a real slice.
And let me tell you something. Anytime you get down about your situation, think of me. That's
There's
Sandy
somebody
Allen.
doing worse than you.
Yeah, there's somebody doing worse. It's me. That's right. The lurch of the airwaves, Howard Stern. And do me a favor for once when we part company. Call me Shorty. I would like to be called Shorty.
You know what? I
okay.
wish you would stand next to her.
You can't stand, can you? Can
Oh,
you?
yes, I can.
Oh, you can?
And I'd like to.
I don't
I
know,
would
but you got to
like
watch
to
your head.
standing
Yeah,
with you.
don't
Let me
hit
see.
any of the lights.
Let me see here. Wait a second. I want to stand up. I bet you. I don't
Get
know.
over there next to her, Howard.
Okay, here. Let me move my headphones. I'll get next to Sandy.
I've
You
never
gotta be
seen
careful
him
of
be
that
a
light up there.
shorty.
You don't want to bonk your head on that.
Oh boy.
Your head.
Hold on. Wait a second.
Here she goes.
Wow. Let me see. Hey, let me tell you something, baby. I ain't that far off.
Hey, Howard, how's the weather down there?
Let's see. Do we make a nice couple or what? Wow. What do you think?
I like like this. I like the girl
He's
being
almost
taller
tall
than
enough.
you.
Almost.
I need you to play my wife in the movie. That's Sandy, everybody.
Say thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate
it was a pleasure.
Sorry for the delay. Thanks to everybody.
Sandy, was this a good experience?
Sure was, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Was this one of the better shows
It
that
wasn't
you've
as
done?
bad as I was afraid it might be. Howard has a reputation, and I can't afford cable, so I can't see him, and we don't get him on any stations back in Indianapolis. So I haven't really had the chance to experience his personality.
But you have read part of his book.
Oh yeah, I read part of his book, got a real laugh out of it.
So is that how you got ready for this interview? You read to
More or less,
and
yes. And word of mouth from everybody else that's seen him.
And so what were you expecting? Were you expecting him, to be real outrageous when he went in there, or what?
Well, I had heard that usually he asks his female guests to take their clothes off, and I was going to tell him he didn't have enough money to make me want to do that.